All right. What's happening there, guys? Another beautiful day. Went to the market early this morning to get some bananas for banana pancakes. Jammer loves banana pancakes. So got some bananas, got some fresh potatoes. They have broccoli. They have radish. I mean, just everything. Dude, it is so fresh. I actually should have videotaped that. I'll do it soon though. So anyway, I was coming back and I stopped by this fresh fish place. These fishermen go out here every day, you know, to fish. So that's one of the reasons I moved here. So I want you to check out the fish I got here, brah. I'm gonna do a little cooking. I see us southern folks, we love eating. You know what I mean, man. Down home cooking. This is good fish here. I don't even know what the hell it's called. I call it a damn yellow pink fish. I'm sure y'all bust me on that right there. I can't even tell what color it is. Oh God, the sun shines on me all damn day long. You know what I'm talking about, Marcel Wallace. All right, here we go. Daddy taught me this. Take a spoon, clean all the scales off. You gotta get all that done first. Here you can grill it. Most people grill a fish like this here. Usually we do this beside the beach. Go hit the water, get some coconut wine, some tubac. Go hang out with my Filipino friends on the beach and we gonna do some eating. So yeah, I'm gonna try and do a double little video here today. I'm still in that edit mode. I'm trying to learn about my editing, so I'm getting there. This will take time. So this is a nice fish. Look at this, boy. That is a very, very nice fish. Let's see if we can get homeboy to pose for us right there. Look at there. God damn, he got teeth too, man. Them damn teeth. Look at there. God, Woodrow. That's a big old fish. Anyway, let me get back to work. Maybe I shouldn't be philosophizing so much while I'm trying to get this done because I still got to cook breakfast for the kids. Jammer's got diving class today, first day. My daughter Princess wants to go shopping. Elvis, he's just kind of hanging out, chilling. You know, he's a cool cat, so I guess that's what you do, is you chill, man. Chill like Lucille. A lot of times here they'll do I'm not sure with the term of it, because you know all I was doing was eating. I wasn't thinking about the terms of these dishes they have here, but they'll take the head and actually cook it and make it into a soup, so it's real good. So I will spare y'all the details of cleaning. In other words, I won't gross you out too much, but see how sharp this knife here is. Will she do the trick? Oh yeah. But one thing I learned from my daddy when I was in South Carolina, let me flip-flop this here up so we can do a little philosophizing. One thing I learned from my daddy in South Carolina is he taught me that you can actually catch a fish, and if you go ahead and scale it and gut it, then you can take and freeze it. He used to take like a 2-liter Coke bottle and he would freeze, you know, 2 or 3 fish in there, because I mean Daddy loved to fish, boy. He'd rather fish and work. I even had a story one time. I was working with Daddy, and it was a guy who knew Daddy, grew up with him. He was a colored fella, real hell of a nice guy. But he said, I remember your daddy, we was working and we was baling hay there in South Carolina for the winter. And he said, man, he said, your daddy said, boy, I'd love to go fishing. My daddy was a card, boy. He was a character, I'm telling you. So Daddy, his grandfather actually owned a hay baler. So Daddy took a damn pitchfork out, threw the damn pitchfork in the hay baler, jammed it all up. Damn, it locked it down. I think it broke the belt, if I'm not mistaken. So Daddy wound up telling his grandfather, he said, "Granddaddy Luke," he said, "I can't go, we can't bale no more hay or whatever." And Granddaddy Luke said, "Dadgummit," he said, "I'm gonna have to take a look at that thing." He said, "Y'all boys may as well go and take the day off." Daddy looked over at his buddy and he said, they smiled, and he said, "Well, Granddaddy," he said, I think we're gonna go on down and do a little fishing." So they took off the whole afternoon and went fishing. So that's kind of the southern things that we come from. I remember my daddy used to, he would buy a car and he would trade it in. You know, he wasn't rich, but the one thing that he liked was he liked having a new car. So he would buy them and trade them in every year. And he told me that one year somebody had hit him. And my daddy, he was a craftsman too, so he knew how to do sheetrock putty and patching and all that stuff. So Daddy, in all his wisdom and knowledge, my dad's name was Squash Grigsby. And he got this name because when he was sitting at the table, he would sit there and my grandma said, "Eat that squash." And he'd just sit there with his fork and he was just squashing it. You know, so my aunts and uncles actually nicknamed him Squash. So he went by his whole life by Squash Grigsby. I mean, he actually had bank accounts and everything in the name of Squash Grigsby. Before he died, he had built a little small house on his road, and I went to the county and I told him, I said, "Can y'all name that street after my daddy? Call him Squash Grigsby." And they said, "Yeah." They said, we'll do that for us. So my daddy was real happy. You know, that's one of his highlights in life. I mean, you know, he said, and actually I didn't tell him that I did it. So I went up there and he's like, "Did you see that sign down there?" And I said, "Well, what's that sign say?" He said, "They named the street after me here." He said, "I think they thought so much of me here in Saluda County." He said, "They named that street after me." And I said, "I'll be damned, Daddy." I said, "Hell," I said, "you famous, ain't you?" And he said, "Well, I guess in the eyes of Saluda County, I am anyway." So I thought that was pretty cool, you know. But back to my story, Daddy had gotten to a fender bender with this new car. So he went and patched up the dent and all with sheetrock putty, and he knew how to spray paint and all. So he wound up painting the things, painted over the sheetrock putty, and he went back to the car dealership and he traded it back in on a new one. And Daddy and this guy had been dealing, they were friends, and they've been dealing together for years. And about 2 months later, he saw Daddy in town, the car dealer, and he said, "Dadgummit, Squash," he said, "what in the hell did you do?" And Daddy said, "What do you mean?" He said, "I ought to damn shoot your ass." He said, "Man," he said, "we had a rain coming there," and he said, "Man, I looked at that car you traded in," and he said, "Dadgummit," he said, "the damn sheetrock damn putty you had put on there damn fell out." He said, "Man," he said, "I swear to God," of course, you know, they just laughed about it. You know, he said, "Yeah, I ain't worried about it." He said, "Hell, damn insurance with the company would take care of it." He said, "Bo, Squash Grigsby," he said, "I swear," he said, "you got one over on me." And Daddy just laughed, you know, and they was friends and it wasn't no big deal. You know, I miss, you know, the talks that I had with my father, because he was a card. I remember we were doing a construction job on a woman's house, and she looked at Daddy and she said, "Squash," she said, "I'm on a diet." He said, she said, "I've been walking, you know, like a mile every day." And Daddy said, "Walk, hell," he said, "you need to run, gal." He said, "You need to lose a hell of a lot more weight or whatever." Another time I remember that somebody had passed away, and they said, "Squash, you ain't going to the funeral?" And Daddy said, "Hell no." He said, "He ain't coming to mine." You know, I mean, so that's Daddy, he was just a winger, you know, at like one-liners and shit like that. So I guess I got a lot of my personality from Daddy. Daddy had like the gift of gab, you know, never meet a stranger. So, you know, I guess in a way I'm kind of like that. I was actually having a conversation this morning with my uncle, who I told him, I said, "Dude," I said, "you know, I have this inner child that has kind of like been reborn, and you know," I said, "for my life now, you know," I said, and I've always had a conscience and stuff, but I said, "Dude," I said, "I've got a conscience to just prevents me from doing anything bad." you know. And he told me, he said, you know what? He said, man, you finally grew up. I said, yeah, ain't that scary? The damn inner child finally grew up into an adult, man. So, you know, now you have the free time, you know, like I ask people, you know, if you retire, what do you want to do? You know, so now my inner child gets to do what I wanted to do, which was exploring and having fun. You know, every day was like every Saturday. We didn't think about bills or nothing. We didn't have to. We didn't worry about the car breaking down because we didn't have to. It was like, man, if I got air in my bicycle tire, you know, I'm gonna take a bottle of water or either a bottle, you know, and we'll get some water, some fresh spring that we knew or found in the woods. You know, we'd go out there and load up, dude. It was all about what are we gonna do today that's fun? Where can we go? You know, let's go make a tree house. Let's go make a Tarzan swing. You know, let's go build a dam in the creek or whatever. Let's go catch crawdads. You know, stuff like that. So you know, for me or whatever, it's like my kids now here, they're re-exploring. They have things to do, things to go see, and adventures. Like I say, this diving thing with Jammer today, I'm gonna try and document what I can. Sometimes I overfilm, but my daughter's teaching me. So yeah, I'd like for you guys out there to see it and know it, and hope you can profit from it. You know, if you come here and you have a family, if you have kids here, enjoy life. Enjoy life. When we were back in the U.S., I mean, we never hardly took a vacation. You know, so now being here, you know, we get to go everywhere, and it costs hardly nothing, you know, to be here or whatever. So, you know, save your money, you know, do your money right or whatever. Dude, get over here and have some damn fun, because I'm getting ready to cook this damn fish here, man. I'm going to do some damn eating, boy. I'm going to tell you that right now. Might do a little bit of grits. Yeah, you old boys down there in the South, you know what I'm talking about. That's grits. When I went to Colorado, man, I went in a restaurant and I'm like, you got grits and eggs? And they're like, what's a grit? And I'm like, what? I'm like, you don't know what the hell grits are, man? I said, shit, that's a Southern delicacy there. Hell yeah, that's a Southern delicacy. So here they actually they call it maíz. Maíz is the word for corn, you know, and I actually, like I say before, I lived and ate maíz. I said, you know, they're like, you might not like it here. We don't have rice. We got cornmeal. And I said, shit, man, I grew up on cornmeal. As long as I got a little salt and a little butter, I said, hell, that shit goes with everything. Goes with eggs, goes with fish, you know, goes with anything, you know. So, man, you'll always eat here, you know, and it's always fresh. You know, that's what I like. That's why I've had people say, you look 20 years younger. And I think that's attributed to it. In 9 months' time, just 9 months' time or whatever, my diet has completely flipped over and changed into fresh foods, fresh vegetables, fresh fish, you know, not all that horse shit you buy over there that supposed to be labeled organic and it winds up getting called for E. coli or something. So anyway, dudes, I just want to share a little bit of short video here with you today, man. I say y'all have a great day out there, man, and y'all keep it going on, because everything will be all right, all right, all right.